Very good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here is a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. Standing today on 17th November, precisely around 3:30 in the morning, I am going to be shooting a pretty important video about ETF, which is Exchange Traded Funds. But before I speak, let me remind you that in case you are having any questions pertaining to our hedge fund desk, paid groups which covering equities, penny stocks, commodities PMS, COMEX, child plan for small investors, specific commodity groups, our Android link, our Android app, free groups covering YouTube, all three channels, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, Telegram, respective group, fixed income platform, www.fixedincome.global, audio trainings, video trainings, our universal and composite group which cover all actions of our hedge fund desk, Mota Bhai Club, Senior Mota Bhai Club, video directories and much more. You're welcome to WhatsApp us at 9818485155. Please be note that the aforesaid list is not comprehensive in nature as it requires much explanation. So we are just letting you as a bird eye view. But in case you are having any question, then you can WhatsApp us at 9818485155. Few days ago, MSCI said that they would be adding 12 new stocks to their index and asking two to step down. Okay, I understand, and this is as per their review policy. Okay, okay. I'm not commenting whether the review is right or wrong, so that is up to them. No worries at all. But as we understand that, and we already told you that ETF is one of the largest markets we have in this globe. There is no doubt about that. But unfortunately, in ETF, people are having very limited understanding of ETF, and that is one of the reason majority of the investors in the ETF are losing. As we speak, as I done my research on this, I used Reuters and I went ahead and saw various ETFs which are pertaining to India, and I got many by the way, but I just going to be focusing on one which is iShares. By the way, iShares is one of the leading ETF players across the globe. iShares MSCI India Small Cap ETF. Standing today, it is around 37.25 US dollars, up by 49 cents, around 1.33%. The fund is covering companies like Apollo Hospital, Crompton Greaves Consumer, PI Industries, Balkrishna Industries, Emphasis, IT Company, Ashok Leyland, Max Financial Services, Atul Limited, Laurus, Natco, and many. If I speak about fund performance, then in 1 month they delivered minus 0.73%, 3 months around 12.4%, 6 months about 33%, on a YTD basis around minus 0.89%, 1 year return of 0.02%, 3 year minus 8.6, and 5 year 2.68%. My question is not whether the return are right or wrong. That is something which is separate. I don't want to talk. My question is, when we think about ETF, which is exchange traded fund, there are many small cap ETFs we have across the globe. Example, let me see other for you. Let me have one more in the interest of time, which is Market Fact India Small Cap ETF. By the way, there are many such ETFs which we have. Like, let me search one for you. One thing which we need to understand very clearly and upfrontly is what exactly is ETF. how it differentiates from mutual funds? People do not know. Another thing which we need to understand, whether the holdings which are by the ETF, are these holdings sufficient enough to generate the return, or they are thematic in nature. In technical parlance, they are known as sectoral holding or thematic holdings. Third thing which we need to understand very clearly is that the kind of stocks which ETF do have, does that stocks are hype based stocks or they are non-hype based stocks? That's very important. And last thing which we need to understand about the performance of that ETF, at least of the last 5 years. I'm always of the opinion that it is always better to hold an equity stock rather than investing in an ETF. And that is not about India, it's about across the globe. And more importantly, it is always better to, even if you wanted to invest in ETF, then invest for a short period of time. That's more important. And last but not the least, which is very bigger problem we have in ETF, which is the mismatch. What is mismatch in ETF? On paper, they claim it is a small cap, but there are many stocks who are not small cap. In paper, they claim mid cap, but many stocks, those who are not mid cap. They claim large cap, but many stocks who are not large cap. And we invest blindly on these stocks. Not sure why. So guys, before you invest in any of the ETFs based on any country, whether it's not India, it is US, Brazil, London, or any other European economy, you first need to understand the stock very well. Example, there are many ETFs which are in Europe, in Dubai. And I'm telling you that Dubai is one of the best ETF markets we have in the Southeast Asia. I think better than Singapore, I can say. But did we ever got a chance that which all holdings they do have? Think about it. Guys, remember that your portfolio should not be thematic in nature. You should not be exposed to only of equities or commodities. You should have equities, commodities, currencies, ETFs, ITF, mutual funds, and everything in your portfolio. But if you only have one, then this raises a lot of question, which is systematic risk of your portfolio. Diversity, if you're not been able to diversify, then you're bound to lose. So before you invest in any ETF, just think about it and see that how is that ETF up to, which all stock it invested, what are the returns they generated in the last 5 years, and more importantly, whether there is any mismatch in that ETF or not. That's more important. And Treasury Consulting will continue to bring a lot of ETF related videos now. I understand for many people ETF is a gray area. People don't understand ETF because no one let them to understand. But we will let you understand about ETF. ETF is a very interesting concept, I'm telling you. And very soon Treasury Consulting would be launching own ETF also. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. But before I conclude, do remember that there are many ETFs in the world who claim that they are linked to an index. Be careful, guys, because such ETFs do have either zero or very small tracking error, very small. And in such eventualities, you are nothing but at the mercy of an index. If the index performs, you do. If not, you don't. Be careful. tracking error play a very important role in ETF evaluation. If any ETF is exposed to any index, be careful. And if any ETF claim that tracking error is zero, this is not wrong, but evaluation of that is required. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. Have a great time, and as committed, our learnings on ETF is now on the YouTube. Have a great time.